A lot of people look at the hockey teams of the dynasty years of Montreal, the Islanders, and the Oilers. Now, the majority of those players deserve to be in the Hockey Hall of Fame. I'm saying people that have either 4 cups or 5 cups. Now, a lot of players from those teams have yet to be inducted, maybe inducted in the future, but this one is kind of, when you think about it, makes a lot of sense. Does Charlie Huddy deserve to be in the Hockey Hall of Fame? Well, he played in 6 Stanley Cup Finals, 7 Stanley Cup Finals, won 5 cups, played with Gretzky on 3 teams, was an underrated defenseman that ended up being undrafted, literally fought his way into the NHL from the lower minor pros of the early 1980s, and basically became one of the most consistent defensemen in the NHL of the 1980s into the 90s. Now, a comparable would be Jacques Laperriere, because just like Jacques, he would score the occasional key goal and be very strong in the plus-minus. I think there was 4 consecutive seasons where Charlie was plus 50 or above. Now, born in Oshawa, 6 feet 200, perfect size for a defenseman, on June 2nd, 1959. Has spent the last number of years as an assistant coach, including for the Winnipeg Jets. He is only one of only 7 Edmonton Oilers to be a member of all 5 of the franchise's Stanley Cup winning teams in 84, 85, 87, 88, and 1990. He also made his Cup Finals in 83 and made it with Gretzky in 1993 when he lost to Montreal. Now, as a youth, he was an undergraduate of the Quebec International Peewee Hockey Tournament, playing in 72 with a minor hockey squad from Dorset Park, Toronto. Now, his greatest success came with the Oilers, with whom he played from the start of his career in the 81 season of his NHL career until the end of the 91 season. Now, he had 368 points in 694 regular season games and 77 points in 138 playoff contests. In 83, Huddy won the inaugural NHL Plus Minus Award, presented annually now to the player who at least 60 games leads the NHL in plus minus statistics. Now, when he left Edmonton, Huddy would play 4 seasons with the Kings, which included former Oilers Gretzky, Curry, McSorley, and Paul Coffey. He also played an important role in LA's march to the 93 Stanley Cup Finals, and Huddy would later finish his career with the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis, he came over with Gretzky at the end of the season where he lost to Detroit in the playoffs, and he also played with the Sabres. He eventually retired after the 97 campaign. Now, he had previously had an assistant coaching position with the Rangers, and was the head coach of the ECHL's Huntington Blizzards, but was relieved of his duties for the Oilers as an assistant coach with the personnel changes that took place in May of 2009. He was subsequently an assistant coach with the Stars, but was let go on June 24th, 2011. Now, Huddy was eventually hired as a new assistant coach of the Jets on July 8, 2011. Now, he broke in major prominence on the junior level with the Markham Waxers of the JHL in a 77 season with 34 points in 48 games. Now, with the Oshawa Generals over 2 seasons, he put up some really impressive numbers: 93 points in a regular season, 37 goals in 123 games. Now, was undrafted, of course. He found his way with the Houston Apollos of the CHL, the second incarnation, with 48 points in 79 games in 1980. Now, he broke in with the Edmonton Oilers in 81, but he played for the infamous Wichita Wind for the majority of the season. He had 44 points in 47 games with Wichita, with 14 points in the playoffs, and 7 points for Edmonton in 12 games. 82, his first full season in Edmonton, in pretty well halftime duty, had 4 goals and 11 assists for 15 points in 41 games, with 3 points in 5 playoff contests. But 83 was his breakout year. Wasn't his rookie campaign, but still put up some impressive numbers. 57 points, ladies and gentlemen, in 76 games, including 20 goals, with 7 points in 15 playoff games, which, of course, they lost to the Islanders in the Stanley Cup Finals. In 84, he played a huge role in Edmonton's Stanley Cup run, 42 points in a regular season, including 8 goals, and 10 points in 12 playoff contests. Now, 85, and pretty well played in every game for Edmonton that year. 51 points in 80 regular season games, including 7 goals, with 20 points in 18 playoff contests. 86, he had 2 points in Edmonton's playoff loss to Calgary, but 41 points in 76 regular season games, including 6 goals. 87, he had 19 points in 58 games, won the Cup that year with 8 points in 21 playoff contests. 88, another big year for him, 41 points in 77 games, including 13 goals and 9 points in 13 playoff games. 89, more success, double figures in goals again, 11 goals, 33 assists for 44 points. Now, 1990 was a very interesting year. He played 92 total games that year with only 1 goal, and he was playing more on the defensive side. 91, he had 27 points in 53 games, including 5 goals with 10 points in 18 playoff games. Now with the Kings over 3.5 seasons, put up some decent numbers. Best season, of course, was 93 when he had 27 points in 82 games. 95, he found himself with the Sabres after 9 games with the Kings, made it to the playoffs again, and Sabres to the Blues, and of course Gretzky and the Blues lost to Detroit in that famous Eisenman overtime game in the 96 campaign. Now 97, he had his last kick in the can. He played in Rochester for most of the season with 6 goals and 8 assists for 14 points with 63 games, with only 1 game with the Sabres that year. Final NHL totals: 1,017 games, 99 goals, 354 assists, 453 minutes, 453 points, 785 minutes in penalties, with 85 points in the playoffs, 183 playoff games. One of the biggest, actually, playoff totals in NHL history for defensemen. Now, 5 cups, 7 Stanley Cup appearances, considered the number 3 defenseman in Edmonton during the glory years. Does he deserve to be in the Hockey Hall of Fame? In my mind, yes. I would look at this. If Jacques Laperriere is in there and some other defensemen throughout the years with the Toronto and different squads, but other players of his ilk are not in, like J.C. Tremblay. So it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. I say put him in, because to win 5 cups, make it to 7 Stanley Cup finals in the modern era, that's pretty impressive. Now, it was Edmonton a better team with him, of course. When Gretzky and Coffey and Curry were up the ice, Huddy would stay back, Kevin Lowe would stay back. But look how long it took Kevin Lowe to get in. So Lowe is in now, so it gives a better chance for Huddy. But I say, ladies and gentlemen, put Huddy in and J.C. Tremblay in, and just basically, there should be an automatic, if you win 5 Stanley Cups with 1,000 games, should automatically get in the NHL Hall of Fame. That's what you want. Durability, success, and personality. Huddy was a very, very good teammate, and I would expect in the history of his home community is probably one of the best ever players to ever come from Oshawa, in my personal opinion. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of Charlie Huddy, sort of the lost champion of the Oilers era. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, it was a big shadow. Once you get past Curry and Coffey and everybody else, but his time with the Kings were quite interesting as well. Like, he helped rebuild that franchise. Not only Gretzky, but everybody that came over. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're liking what they're doing here with our Vintage NHL podcast, let us know with a like, comment, or subscribe. Happy Easter weekend. I'm glad I can post a little bit more podcasts a day, because with the lack of stuff open in New Brunswick, I'm not chasing around and doing shopping and cleaning and all that. So my break is your benefit. So I'm reaching out to people who have been talking about the Stanley Cup winners that are not in the Hockey Hall of Fame. If you check my podcast in recent days, there's quite a bit of deserving people going in. And ladies and gentlemen, if you think of a Hockey Hall of Famer that should be in, or a potential one, let us know in the comment section. I'd like to hear your opinion. Thanks for listening. Bye.